You know, we are all told that we have something special to accomplish in our lives, that we have a purpose. We have something that we're here to achieve, right? Would you agree? But what if? What if you are plagued by this nagging doubt that you're not good enough, that you have all of this nagging doubt about your capability? What if the path that was laid out for you so clearly, you derailed, literally imploded with your own decisions? How does a person overcome those challenges, take huge leaps in their career, identify and find a brand new path to follow? Well, I will tell you how I did it. And I hope that you find some of yourself in my story and that you walk away inspired and understanding that you have everything you need to be confident enough to follow your true purpose. All right? So when we talk about my story, I have to tell you a little bit about it. Travel back in time with me. If we were watching The Twilight Zone, those little circles would be going around. Do-do-do. Travel back in time. The date is March 27th, the year, and I'm getting ready to date myself, 1964. I know, isn't it amazing? There are a few things happening on that day. It was a special day. In Alaska, there was an earthquake that registered 9.2 on the Richter scale. It was a Good Friday before Easter Sunday. And yours truly, Deneen Antoinette Crossan, was born. Well, that's not me. I wish. I am what my mom has called all my life her Good Friday baby. And she always knew, my mother's a woman of great faith, and this is the part that she loves. Wave your hand, Mom. She's over there, 85 years young. She calls me her Good Friday baby, and she says, you know, you're going to do something really powerful in service of the Lord with your life. And I'm thinking, no pressure. But what am I going to do? What will I become? Those are the questions that confound me. Now, I told you my mom is a deep woman of faith, and so we were always in church. From the time I was a little girl, we were always in church. And in church is where I became acquainted with music. That's when I first became acquainted with music. And music, I just don't even know what I can tell you about music. I love music. It is what I call my confidence home base. I've been playing the piano since I was about 6 years of age. I've been singing since I was about 13, 14. I have directed choirs. I've been involved in music ministry in church for the better part of 40 years now. And if you ever want to hear just a fantastic 65-voice gospel women's choir, see me afterward. I'll give you the deets. Okay? Music is that place I come back to whenever I'm challenged or feel rocky about confidence in myself. It is that place where I know I am highly capable. And I'm going to ask you all to do the same. Identify a place for yourself where you feel highly capable, your confidence home base. Doesn't have to be a talent. It could be the way that you make people feel when they walk into a room. But find that thing for yourself and return to it often. It will help you in those times of being shaky and unsure of yourself. So here I am. I'm on my path now, right? I love music. I want to do something with music for my life. So in high school, where I was powerfully impacted by my high school choir teacher, I decided that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to Pacific Lutheran University. I'm going to study music education. Got Lutz in the house? Okay. And I'm going to be a high school music teacher. So my path is set. But something happened when I was in my sophomore year of college, actually, that totally derailed my path, changed my life radically. I did what a lot of 20-year-olds will do. We meet a man, and we don't make a good romantic choice, shall we say. So everyone had warned me against this guy. His name was Derek. I wasn't going to say his name, but it's all in the magazine now, so what am I going to do? You already know his name. So I met Derek, and he was older than me. Everyone warned me against him, particularly my parents. They saw the red flags. But me, I'm young, I'm naive, I'm inexperienced, and I'm carrying quite a bit of need for approval and just insecurity into this situation. So against everybody's best advice to me, I think it's a great idea to get involved with this guy. So I do, and he decides he wants to return back to his home, which is Baltimore, Maryland. So in my junior year, I drop out of college, and I follow him to Baltimore, Maryland. Okay? This is about a 4-year-long, tumultuous relationship. Everything that people warned me about was true. He turned out to be not only an alcoholic, but he was physically abusive. Shortly after I got to Baltimore, I realized I'm pregnant with my son, Derek. And my son, Derek, is now 32, and I love the gasps when that happens. But you already know I was born in '64, so. I have my son, and 2 years in, I need to end this relationship. So I come back home to Tacoma, and my mom and dad welcome me back with open arms, me and my son, so that I can get on my feet again. So this is one of the things that has rocked my confidence in my life, is that I never finished my college education. It is a place that has had doubt develop for me. Another place that has caused doubt for me and lack of confidence is when you are the only one in the room. The only one in the room. So we're in a part of the region here where most of you will have to imagine this, but imagine that you walk into a room and you are the only one that looks like you. The only one that looks like you. People say oftentimes, oh, we don't see color. Baloney. You see color. When I pulled up that graphic and you look at that bowl of orange Skittles, where did your eye automatically go? To the green, because it's different. So I've always been the only one in the room. And when you're the only one in the room, you can sometimes be, especially in the circles I travel in, you can sometimes be subtly and openly challenged around your worthiness, your ability to actually be in that room. And it's tough when people are saying, prove to me that you belong in this room, and you don't really believe it yourself sometimes. So here's what I would say about these doubt-developing factors in my life. I didn't get a college education. I didn't decide to let that be the only story I told about myself. And it's the same for you. You may have some area of insecurity, something you thought you should have done or accomplished that you didn't get to, but I will tell you that it does not have to define who you are and who you become. And you can still accomplish what you're purposed to accomplish. Also, glory in your uniqueness. Because you are different, that means you have been uniquely equipped to do what you do, and you will stand out in a crowd because of that. So now I need to tell you how I became uniquely equipped to do what I'm doing and how I got to where I am today. And this encompasses some huge leaps in my career. And this part of the story is really important, folks, because it will help you understand why I feel so passionate about leadership and why I work in the leadership space. You see, leaders literally change people's lives. Leaders changed my life. So let me talk about the first major leap that I took in my career. And it happened at First Interstate Bank, which is now Wells Fargo. You guys remember First Interstate Bank? Great bank. I was an administrative assistant in the Human Resources Employee Relations Department, and I had a leader, her name was Barbara Baker, I will never forget her, who saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. She went totally outside the process and the norm, and she promoted me from administrative assistant to professional level HR officer, we used to call it at that time. So began my 19-year career as a human resources professional. And that taught me, now I'm being equipped, remember? That taught me about organizational structure. That taught me how to focus on management development and leadership development. So that's leap number one. Leap number two was to take a senior vice president role with a company right in here, Tacoma, that was small but fast growing. And I got to work directly on a senior management team and with a CEO. Now, a couple of things about that. Never done that before. That was new. But it taught me so much. It taught me the importance of scaling leadership and how to scale leadership when you were growing a company. And I was privileged to work with a wonderful CEO. Her name is Linda Remsburg. And she taught me the importance of working for a CEO who is visionary, mission-focused, aligned, and driven by values, and cares more about the people than about the bottom line. And working with that company and in that role allowed me to form the foundation for the consulting model. My consulting practice is built on what I learned in that organization. I'm being uniquely equipped. Which brings me to my third leap, starting a consulting business. Now, mind you, I work at the top of organizations with CEOs and senior executives, and the doubt comes in sometimes, you all. The doubt says, Deneen, you really think you're going to go into this office and talk to the CEO and tell them how to align their leadership with their strategic plan? Little girl, sit yourself down. You don't even have a bachelor's degree. But listen, because I've been divinely and equipped for the purpose that I believe the Lord has put in my life, I can walk in that room and have those conversations. I have led my leadership strategy business for almost 7 years now, and CEOs listen to what I say. They take my recommendations. It's amazing. So listen. Oh yeah, you can clap for that. Uh-huh. So at the end of the day, when I think back, I think I'm on this path. I was on a path. The path got dramatically shifted. I found a purpose, a new purpose. I know it is my purpose. Why do I know it's my purpose? Because every step along the way, everything that had to happen, every relationship, every job, everything that I thought was a failure, led me to this place that I am today. Every step on my journey got me here. My journey that began on Good Friday, March 27th, 1964. Thank you so much.